Welcome to Retrobot, the YouTube channel where we feed a friendly space robot a diet of pure nostalgia. I'm Clay, and I am very excited today because I finally got the rest of my Aliexpress order. So, those of you who have been following this whole adventure of ordering robots off of AliExpress know that I ordered about 2 months ago. Let's see, when was that? Like March 29th. I placed my original order, and the whole idea was to get some knockoff Combiner Wars style, I guess it's more Power of the Primes, Terracons, and Dinobots, so that I could kitbash them to build my own Monstructor. Because Hasbro hasn't built one yet. Of course, maybe once I go to the trouble of building one, then they'll make their own, and then I'll buy that too, because I'm kind of a sucker. But I will do it, and I'll do it happily. But until then, I'm doing this. So I got my my first box on April 19th, which wasn't bad. That was, about 3 weeks. So, I was surprised. And then it was like another 3 weeks, and I got a second box, and it still wasn't the whole order. Exactly. Well, it's been yet another week. I just got my last box. So that's a total of like 7 weeks, just about 2 months, a little bit less than 2 months that it took to get my entire order. And I do want to say hello to Mazenfur. Mazenfur is here in the chat. It's great to see you, Mazenfur. Welcome. And so we're going to look at what's in the box, and it should be interesting. Hopefully it matches the other stuff that I got. Let's see. So you can see my my upgraded Volcanicus, the real one, in the background here, and then I have my box here. I cut the tape, but I have not looked at any of this stuff yet. So it looks like we've got a swoop character here, so let's just go ahead and take a look at him. And here, we'll use the X-Acto blade in exactly the wrong way. And cutting the bubble wrap. Cutting the bubble wrap. Here we go. All right, well, we got a robot foot. That's important. And oh boy, oh good, we got more of these clear red swords and more of these guns. I've got a whole pile of these things. So yeah, that's actually pretty cool, cause they keep using the exact same gun and the exact same sword over and over again. So I've got about 8 of these guns and 6 of these swords, maybe 9 of these guns. And so yeah, add to the collection. And then of course we've got our knockoff swoop. And knockoff swoop is actually looking pretty cool. Let's adjust the camera so that we can really get him in all of his greatness here. Yeah, there's Swoop. He's looking pretty good. The face is not bad. The rest of the mold is actually very, very nice. His joints feel really, really good. And I'm digging the paint deco. He's actually a really nice figure. And of course, I'm just going to point out that he is oversized. So that actually was a big question, because see, I didn't know that I was ordering oversized stuff. So yeah, let's just take a look here. He is well, I'll use the other camera because I've got another camera. Why not use the other camera? So There we go. He is almost 7 inches tall if you go to the tip of his little head thing. So yeah, that is significantly larger than the original Power of the Primes swoop, and he looks great. So yeah, that swoop. I'm not sure that. Well, you know what? I can't resist it. I wasn't going to turn them all into dinosaurs because I was like, everybody knows what they look like as dinosaurs. But you get a big toy like this, and it's like, oh my gosh, I want to play with it. So here we go. I am turning him into a dinosaur. I'm sorry. I hope that you don't mind that I'm taking the extra time, but I'm going to try and do it quickly. And I'm going to get his legs to peg into the wings, and there we go. And then flip in the fists, and boom. And I think a helicopter is attacking. Nope. Okay. The raid is over. We're all safe. I really wish I had a gun right now. It wouldn't have to be a real gun, but the alien pulse rifle would be awesome. So Mazenfur says, it's nice to see AliExpress items actually arrive without multiple messages. Wish.com is bad about that. I have never actually ordered off of Wish.com. I have looked at stuff on Wish, but I haven't tried it out. So I don't know. It sounds like not so good. Oh, and it also looks like Angry Vikings is here. A toast to Angry Vikings. So here he is. Here is Swoop in his Dino Mode, and he really looks fantastic. It's going to be a little bit of a shame to kitbash some of these because they look so cool and they're bigger than the original ones. Here, I'm going to put it on the other camera, so look at that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, he is just beautiful. Just beautiful. And it's so exciting to finally get these. Look at those colors. The colors are so bright. I don't want to love this as much as I do. I mean, I've waited for freaking ever. And that's the thing with AliExpress. You might wait a few weeks. You might wait a couple months. That seems to be the takeaway. And maybe you'll get something that's the same size as the thing that it's based off of. Maybe you'll get something that is 20% larger. I don't know, but look, I got it. So Angry Vikings says, time find, look behind. Oh no, I go wrong way. I say, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense at all. Oh, Angry Viking pulling out the wheelie rhymes. Very nice. A toast to Angry Vikings. I think that I have irrevocably damaged the internet by making Wheelie into a meme amongst himself. So anyway, that is Swoop. Let's I'm gonna just do a little flippy here, so that when it's time to combine him, because I do want to show him combined, then I don't have to go through any extra kerfuffle. And I'm standing by the word kerfuffle, by the way. Oh boy, there we go. And then we'll take the arms and do the thing. There is a slight difference in the engineering from the original Power of the Primes Swoop. He's supposed to have a little extra joint up in his shoulders that allows his arms to collapse closer to the body. This doesn't have them. It also doesn't have the little slot that this tab on his elbow is supposed to peg into for his appendage mode. So, you know, it doesn't ruin anything, it doesn't make it bad, but it is noteworthy that there are some subtle changes between this and the original Power of the Primes version that it was inspired by. Yeah. So metal. There is some metal in here, I think. I feel like there's some metal in the legs, but it's hard to tell. Maybe the feet. I think that the feet are metal. Yeah. Oh. Let's do this. Yeah. Yeah. I think that the feet are metal. Yeah. So that's the other surprising thing about these knockoffs, is that these oversized ones, at least, have metal in them, actual die-cast parts. It's a lost art. So, yeah, there is Swoop, and you can see him doing his best impression of an arm. However, I noticed that this little pack did not come with a combiner fist. I'm not at any shortage for combiner fists, so that's not a big deal. But I don't know what those. Did it come with a foot? Yeah, it did come with a foot. It did come with a foot. So we got the foot, but we did not get a fist. We got instructions, and the instructions. This is DNO3B, as opposed to the DNO-A that we got with the Megazord colored ones. So that's pretty cool. But let's go ahead. Let's just thank you. Let's go ahead and just take a look at the next one in the bunch. Looks like this is going to be Sludge. Maybe, is it Sludge? It's hard to tell. No, this is going to be Slag, or Slug, depending on what version of his name you're subscribing to. So here we go, and okay, we've got his face. So his face is right there. That's a little worrying. And of course we've got this gun. That's good. And we'll just put that in the pile with the others. And we've got another combiner foot, so that's important. And we got another sword, so we'll put that in the pile. And of course we've got the instructions. And now let's. Okay, yeah, sure enough, he seems to be missing a little bit of robot face here. So let's just go ahead and do a little on-site maintenance right here. There we go. We'll just press that in there. Oh, look at him. Look at how happy he is to have a face. Oh my gosh, you know, he's now he won't mind so much when I start cutting into him and using him for spare parts. But there he is, and the robot mode looks good. Let's see here. So it seems like, okay, there is an elbow joint there, although it's a little bit weird. Oh, there we go. Okay, so there we go. So the elbow joint was just a little bit stuck there. So we do have the elbow joints, and yeah, he's pretty much jointed exactly like the Power of the Primes version, which is a great figure. His colors look decent. He's got he's got his gold. They didn't do the trick that they did with the Power of the Primes stuff, where these parts would be cast in clear and then painted from the inside. That was something that Hasbro did that was really, really a nice touch. It reminded me a lot of the Generation 1 Dinobots, and how there would be gold parts inside a shell of clear, what was probably acrylic. So, I'm getting a message here from my finger that says, "Isn't getting 2 feet with one of these sets unusual?" Hey, we are at 66% now. Okay, before we were batting 50%. We are now at 66% of our combiner toys have 2 feet. And I keep hoping that I'll get an extra 3rd foot with one of these sets. So this is my last chance to get the missing foot from the Abominus set. You're going to get all feet and no fists now. Oh, I hope not. That would be impractical. So, nonetheless, we've got Slag here. He's looking good. We could turn him into a dinosaur because he turns into a triceratops. Everybody who knows Slag knows that he turns into a triceratops. So we're going to do that as quickly as we can here. And there we go. Just go together. Gosh. There we go. Why are you so stupid? Eat your steak. Gosh. There. Okay, so, and we're going to do the tail and flip the legs around, and boom, we've got a triceratops. And it looks a little bit better. Now, according to the instructions, you're supposed to have the head seated down here into the body like this, but I don't know. It looks like he's like turtle shelling or something, and I don't think that the Triceratops is supposed to look like a turtle. So I always pop it a little bit up out of joint, and that just makes him look like he has a neck. And oh, Starhound is here! Hey! A toast to Starhound! Thank you for joining me! So here we go. Let's take a look at his Dino Mode. Oh, wait, here. Oh, wow. He, well, that's a problem. He's got 2 left legs. Look at that. He's got 2 left legs. That's, okay, so, yeah, I guess he'll just be walking in circles when he's in Triceratops mode. That is funny. Oh my gosh, look at that. Yeah, that is, that is a left leg on the right side of the body. Oh gosh, you know, I love it. I love it. You never know what you're gonna get when you order a knockoff Transformer from AliExpress. And you know what? Yeah. Wheeljack, get in here and explain yourself! So, that was actually Monica's joke. I have to get... oh, wait, no, that's Angry Viking! Oh, okay, so... A toast to Angry Viking for Wheeljack, get in here and explain yourself. Very good, Angry Viking. So, yeah, that's funny. Oh gosh, you know, I feel like this is really what ordering knockoffs from AliExpress is all about. It's just the adventure of wondering what you're gonna get and when you're gonna get it. And I'm not even like, I'm being sincere here. That left foot thing, that just makes me grin from ear to ear. I love it. I just love it. And you know, in some ways, it makes me feel a little bit better about getting these knockoffs, because you know that they're not licensed. You know that they're just completely kind of they are legally questionable. And so if they're selling these things and you get a missing foot or 2 left legs, then that's sort of the part of the thing. So Starhound says, Slag not dancer, born with 2 left feet. Oh wow. Okay, you know what? I was already gonna toast Starhound, but I have to give you a big toast for this next one. So this is for you, and I feel like I need to take the toast first. I'm never gonna dance again. 2 left feet have got no rhythm. Oh, a toast to Starhound! Bringing it home. Good job. And now that damn song is gonna be in my head all night, so thank you for that. Oh gosh, so yeah, I've got him in his combiner form. Let's go ahead and pull another one out of the box. What do we got here? This is probably Snarl. It's looking like a Snarl. So let's no, this is wait, is it Snarl? Yeah, this is Snarl. This has got to be Snarl. Alright, now, if we have a combiner foot in here, it's still okay. Because I'm still missing that one from Abominus. Oh, good. We've got another one of these guns and another one of these swords. We'll just stick that in the pile. And, oh, we got a fist. We got a fist. All right, it is a fist. So, there we go. We'll set the fist over here. And there we go. It's Snarl. Snarl's looking good. He's looking really good. The face looks great. It's actually attached. So you know, that's important. Notice that that Slag's face is unpainted, and I wonder if it fell off like before the paint application happened, but somehow it ended up in the bag. I would love to know the story behind that, but nonetheless, Snarl's looking great. He really does. Colors pop. Of course, he's got all of the articulation that that you'd expect from an almost Power of the Primes figure. So that's really good. And then you know I have to do it. Oh, Cheeky Boy is here! Hey, Cheeky Boy, welcome! A toast to Cheeky Boy. All right, it's good to see you. It feels like it's been forever. So, yeah, he's well articulated. Once again, I'm actually really impressed by the quality that they've put into these guys. And metal leg. I think that there was some metal. Was there metal in here? Oh, I think that there was some metal in. I'm not sure. I don't know if Slag had any metal in him or not. But Snarl here definitely has a cast metal leg, and that's really cool. So let's go ahead and do the deed here. We are going to flip the legs around and fold them around the body, because that's the way that you turn Snarl from a robot into a dinosaur. And then we'll close the little doors. Oh, we'll flip down the little thing. And you know, the joints, again, all these joints are nice and tight. It's actually pretty impressive that the engineering on these, while being upsized, is still pretty good. You know, not perfect, Definitely not perfect, but far better than I would expect from a knockoff toy. Because, you know, I remember back in the day when you could get the coolest knockoffs at Big Lots. Oh, those were good days. Those were good days. And you know, the toys that you got, I mean, they were cheap, and they felt cheap, but you know, you get an Optimal Optimus for $10. I bought those by the gallon. So so yeah, we got Snarl here, and he turns into a Stegosaurus. And oh, look at that! He looks good, and he actually has the right feet. That's bonus, yeah. So here we go. Now, if ideally, if maybe he had 2 right feet, then there could have been some swapping happening. But I'm just as happy to have him have all of his correct feet. But yeah, the paint applications are very nicely done. He looks good. I will say that these guys really do look a lot better in their Dino modes than the Megazord colored ones. And if you want to see those, just go to the last video in this series, because they were kind of monochrome. You know, they would have a lot of a color that was just plastered all over the figure. So I'm going to go ahead and pop out his combiner joint here, and then do a little bit of fidgetiness with the arms, and flip this around. Oh, it snaps on. It snaps on. It's okay. It's okay. But there we go. Okay, so, but boy, every time I twist it, it wants to come off. So, you know, once again, knockoff, not an official Hasbro product, and yeah, sometimes you get what you pay for, except larger. So here we go. This is going to be him, and see, I use Snarl as a foot. So that's important, and we'll just go ahead and peg his. There we go. We got a foot. So that's important. And let's see what else we got here. All right, we got. Well, I would say that by process of elimination, this has to be sludge. So. I'm starting to get the impression that there's no slash in this set. I thought that we ordered the one with the slash. Did we not get the one with... Maybe we didn't. Maybe not. So... Which is, you know, a little bit disappointing, because now I want an oversized slash. I guess I could always order one. Oh, there is no slash. But they did a pink slash. You know, I'm going to look, because I bet from some other vendor I can get an oversized slash. So here we go. We got the gun, and the gun is important, and we got the sword. We'll just stick those in there. And then we got another combiner fist. We'll stick that over there. I'm a little bit, I have to say, I'm a little bit disappointed so far that it looks like I'm only getting 2 feet and 2 fists. I hope I get a couple more fists, because for those of you who have seen original Volcanicus, his combined form is not very good. It needs some bulking up in the chest area, and I guess it doesn't really matter, because I bought these guys for parts, but still, until they become parts, they're toys, and then after they're done being parts, then they ideally become different toys. But, oh, Sludge looks great. Sludge is looking awesome. So we got metal here. That's a metal foot. And it's jointed. The original Power the Primes version does not have a joint here, but this one does. So that is surprising. And let me get him in focus so that you can really appreciate what's going on here. His head looks great. And, you know, the mold detail is just surprisingly phenomenal. He really does just have fantastic detail, and the colors really pop. He's a nice toy. He's just a really, really nice toy, and I'm glad to have him, and I think that he's going to make for a very interesting part of Monstructor, or it turns out that he doesn't become part of Monstructor, because yeah, I got 3 combiner sets to make 1 combiner. So some of these guys are going to they're going to not fall under the knife. So let's see. Okay, that one definitely shows that it doesn't have slash, but I know that I've seen others that have slash. What was that? But that's the one we ordered. Okay, so we weren't supposed to get slash. All right. Well, good to know. Good to know. So that is Sludge. Sludge is looking great. Oh my gosh, you know, I'll tell you what, if you missed out on the Power of the Primes Dinobots, and you don't want to pay eBay prices to try and get them, getting these big ones is awesome. I mean, gosh, he looks good. You know, there is a distinct possibility that any of the ones that end up getting sacrificed for the project may end up getting replaced, because they're just so nice. I really like them. I like them a lot. I don't want to have an emotional attachment to this thing that I'm planning on taking apart. That impedes the process. So, okay, I have no interest in those. You were talking about, so Monica was bringing up the ugly, whatever, the Michael Bay guy that combines. That's the idiot version of Devastator. But I'm just thinking, cheap on Aliexpress, worth having to make fun of. These ones all transform. That's true. That's true. Okay, you know, we'll look into that, you know, after we're busy, after we get done paying off a few other things. Oh gosh, it's hard, you know? It's hard because stuff costs money, and for some reason I keep buying it. So then I have to pay for it, and I'm doing the transform. So you see that there are some joints that'll pop apart without a whole lot of convincing, but nonetheless, we're gonna close the wings around the body, and we're gonna do that. There we go, and we'll twist around the legs, and now we take these, and I love the way that the Power of the Primes Dinobots have their legs transform. I love what they did with the tails here, how they have 2 joints in there with that swivel that allows the tail to tuck into the hollow place in the back. It's great for the combined form, and it makes the robot mode look a lot better too. So yeah, that is a rare instance where they actually managed to improve in some ways on the design of the original Dinobots, which are, some of the greatest toys ever created. But, better body proportions, certainly better posability, and some very nice solutions to the problems of making them transform. So that's really cool. Let's get him. There we go. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Yeah, that is a Brontobrachio I know dinosaur. Meet Grimlock, no dinosaur. Okay, I'm gonna try and get his mouth opens. There we go. Okay, so you have to open the mouth. It's important if his mouth opens to open the mouth. So there we go. That is his Dino Mode. His Dino Mode looks great. And, you know, once again, having a different color around the head and on some of the parts of the body really breaks up that the overwhelming monotoneness that happened with the other colored version. So I really like these. They give me the feels. Like, I look at him and I think, oh, he looks like he did in the cartoon. He looks so good. So that's, oh gosh, you know, I don't want to take him apart. I want to take him into my room and have him munch on Frenzy. I mean, isn't that what he's for? So yeah, that is him. And then for his combined form, I'm going to make him a leg. Because I feel like Sludge should be a leg. Now, in my Volcanicus, Snarl will not fit with the legs configured the way that they are. So he is, or actually Sludge won't fit as a leg. And so he had to become an arm for my version of Volcanicus. And so unfortunately I have Slag as a leg, and I feel like Slag should be an arm. But nonetheless, oh, see, yeah, there's the one that has Slash. Yep. And I vaguely remember that at the time I thought, well, I'm not going to need a Slash. And that was when I foolishly had this idea that I wasn't going to fall in love with these immediately. But I know that you can order just Slash. You know, you don't have, we do not have to be Slashless for long. And so what I'm doing here is I am transforming Sludge. Oh wait, here, I guess that goes like that, maybe? No, you know what? I'm just going to do it this way. I'm going to do it that way. There we go. We've got Sludge, and there's a foot. So we got a foot, and he makes a good foot. You know, I love what they did with the head here. I mean, having the head as a kneecap, that's another reason why Slag doesn't make a good leg. Here, I know I'm getting off topic, but if you look over here and you look at my Slag, the head is upside down. I want to be able to spin him around so that the head can be right side up, and it doesn't work that way, and that's why Sludge makes a better leg. But unfortunately, with the upgrade kit, the legs are turned with the tail forward, and there just isn't enough room for that here. So yeah, that means that Sludge becomes an arm if you've upgraded your Volcanicus. So all right, so I got guys, and so Mason Fur says looks really great, and Starhound says take him apart, Clay, do it, coward. Oh gosh, so a toast to Mason Fur for your astute observations of how cool these guys look. And a toast to Starhound for calling me out for the coward that I am. You know, I will. In fact, I'm going to show you something. Okay, this is really diverging a little bit, but wait a minute. Just wait for it. So, the process, you know, sometimes when I'm relaxing in the evenings, we'll watch the Castlevania, and then I'll sit there with a tray and an X-Acto knife and some tools. And so this is what one of the members of the Pretender Monsters is Firefly. I think his name is Firefly. And you look at that original Hasbro toy, and it just screams repaint of Cutthroat, even though it's not. The Pretender Monsters were smaller than the regular Scramble City combiners, and they went together just a little bit differently. They were dinky. But you look at the design, and he just screams Cutthroat, just with kind of a maroon and yellow color scheme. So you can see here that because Cutthroat had the purple wings, I have, instead of going with maroon, I've gone with purple. But you can see that he's got the Megazord version of Swoop's chest and legs. He's got Cutthroat's arms, except painted purple. I've repainted the head. And so, yeah, I've already started doing terrible things to my other combiner guys. And he still needs a little tweaking, because surprisingly enough, the parts from Cutthroat don't fit with Swoop. They're not directly swappable. I don't understand why. It seems like you would think that if they were doing remolds of these guys, that they would just take the original engineering and make a few tweaks, but apparently they did not. So, and maybe it is two different companies knocking off in two different ways. I don't know. I don't know what the story is, but I'm suspicious that if I were to go to the original Cutthroat, the Hasbro versions, they also would not be compatible with each other. That's my suspicion. So, and yeah, it looks like it should be compatible. I mean, the transforms are very, very similar. They're obviously based off of the same engineering, but not. So, that's what I've been doing. So, getting back on topic, let's take a look at the last one in the box. This is Grimlock. You know it's going to be Grimlock. So let's open this up. And oh, look, I got more poofy stickers. That's well, okay, I'm not exactly excited about that. Oh, and I got I got some anime girls. So that's, if anybody knows who these anime characters are, let me get them in focus. Because I don't follow enough anime to know, but if anybody knows who these anime characters are, then just go ahead and either let us know in the chat or in the comments, because I am unfamiliar. Nonetheless, they're very nice looking anime people in schoolgirl outfits, and you know that just never gets old. It just doesn't. I mean, let's be honest. There's a reason why it's a trope. So yeah. Maybe fairy tale, Mason first says. I don't know. So anyway, so here we go. We've got Grimlock here, and yeah, there we go. Let's see what we got here. We got some instructions. Okay, oh, this is good. He's got a sword and he's got a gun, so we'll just add that to the pile. And and there's Grimlock's face. So yeah, that's Grimlock's face right there, and Grimlock's like, ah! Oh no! I have no face! Okay, let's just put that on. Poor Grimlock. Me Grimlock not have faceplate! So, there we go. Alright, so here we go. We've got Grimlock, and we're gonna get him into focus. At least we're gonna try. There we go. And I would say that of all of the members of the Power of the Primes Dinobots, Grimlock is the one who has gone through the biggest changes, and the design definitely suffers a bit because of everything that they did in order to make him a combiner. And I feel like some of it wasn't necessary. But you know, I don't know what the issues were. It just seems like some of the stuff really shouldn't have been a problem, but they changed it anyway, and that's just what it is. Nonetheless, he looks really good. His colors are great. They really nailed the face and the form. I would kind of be interested in maybe repainting this. There's one other thing that I'm just going to point out. So these kits, these are the stickers that came with this kit and the last set of Dinobots. But the Abominus set actually came with a sheet of rub-on Decepticon decals in a bunch of different sizes. I would have loved to have gotten more of those. Instead, I got poofy stickers of movie characters, and you know, that's not nearly as exciting. Like, he's got a spot right here that screams, "Give me an Autobot symbol!" But I don't have an Autobot symbol to put on there. So, yeah, there's Grimlock. Of course, he is very well articulated, just like the original. And oh, we can compare him to his Megazord version. And I do have to say that the Megazord version looks great. It really does. The red pops, and he's got two swords for reasons. But you know, you've got the original color scheme, and that looks good too. And you know, if you wanted to swap parts between these two, you know, maybe spruce up Grimlock with a little bit of red, you could have some fun with that. So we're gonna set that aside here, and go ahead and give him a twirl in Dino Mode. So I'm gonna pull the chest apart, and then I'm gonna flip the head, the dinosaur head around, and then we're going to put the legs together. We're going to pull the fanny flap out, collapse the two halves of the body around the lower torso. There we go. Flip the tail nub around. Close. Okay, wait here. Going to close the panels, the body panels around, and you have to kind of move the legs out of the way in order to make that work. Now, when I got my my Megazord version, the arms were on the wrong ends, but this version seems to be good. And then we'll just close this little panel here to sort of try to cover up some of the chaos that's happening in the back, and then we can flip in the fists and put his legs into a Grimlocky position. And there you go. That is the dinosaur mode. His tail is long and square. I have never liked that about the Power of the Primes design for Grimlock, and I don't know why they changed it. I feel like they could have had him combine just as easily with the flip over design for the tail. You know, they could have easily had these combiner places up here and then fold around. I don't know why they changed it. Obviously, somebody looked at the engineering or looked at the spacing and was like, you know what, we need to change this. But he's got a boxy tail. Never like that. The body proportions of the T-Rex are off. You know, he's got a lot of big, fat, massive body here behind the hips that just doesn't fit. But other than that, it's still very, very cool. And of course, he can finally combine with his Dinobots. So let's go ahead and show that, because Because, you know, that's always the fun part, even though I have to say that Volcanicus unmodified, so, and you can look that up. There's like a dictionary definition for what I just said, which I can't repeat. But you're gonna pretty much start by putting him back into robot mode for the most part. You're gonna put the body back up here, and then you're gonna take the head, put it down there, and then this is where things get kind of janky. You have to pop the arms out sideways, and you see this big tab here. That's going to go into that rectangular hole there, and then that goes in. And I will say that these oversized versions do an excellent job of having that tab be a nice strong joint, because he needs it. And then you fold the lower legs around, and there's a slot here on the inside of the arm that kind of meshes with this tab here, and it takes a little bit of futzing to get them to click into each other, but ideally they do go. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So that's one side, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And fold that around. Yeah, go in there. Go in there. Don't fight with me, Grimlock. I am not in the mood, okay? I am not in the mood. I am in the mood, actually. So now here's, and that is cool. And see, this is what I'm talking about. So you pretty much have the legs just stuck together, and it makes the body way too long and gives him a boxy tail. If this had folded over the back, you know, just like all the other Dinobots, you could have had a shorter dino body and still had the legs fold out to be the full length, and you would have had more mass up here that would fold around here to give you room to put these combiner joints and not have to give him a boxy tail. Just saying. So, you know, Hasbro, why? Anyway, I'm sure there's a reason. I keep telling myself there's a reason, but I'm not sure that there is. So here we go. We do this, and we do that, and we do that, and I'm pretty sure that in the original version there's an extra joint here that allows the thigh to rotate and peg in to the front panel and strengthen the leg joint, and this doesn't have that. And while all of these joints are really pretty solid, it's a lot of weight. These are heavy guys. And when you get the weight of the entire robot on his legs, then getting him to stay in his pose is a little bit janky. Just a little bit janky. So we're gonna, there we go. We're gonna pop the head out, the Volcanicus head, and I feel like the Volcanicus head is going to make a really good base for a Monstructor head. I'm kind of anticipating that. Nothing is set in stone yet, but we'll see. And then I'm gonna connect Sludge here. There we go. And Snarl over here. There we go. And let's go ahead and grab. I am disappointed that I only got 2 Combiner Fists. Now, I've got an abundance of Combiner Fists, so it's not a big deal. I can steal from my other sets, but it would have been nice to have the extra fists to stick under here and kind of fill in that torso, because it's too long. The combiner joint is way out here, and then you've got all this emptiness, so he kind of always looks like a scarecrow. So and you'll see that in just a second. I guess I could actually like put him together and then start criticizing what he looks like after you get to see what I'm talking about. So we're gonna take that and click that into there. Maybe. Maybe. Hello, Bueller. Bueller. Get in there, Bueller. Oh gosh, Bueller, why are you being such a jerk? Oh. Okay. This is... It's fighting me. Swoop. Swoop. Okay. Just stop, Swoop. There we go. Alright, there we go. So, Swoop's supposed to be the nice one. So, there we go. And we'll make sure that the arm socket is still held in there. And you see how far out that is. It's a little bit... and need to get Slag in the other side, and boy, he doesn't want to stand up under his own weight. So, you know what? I'm going to have to put him on my lap. There we go. Okay, Volcanicus, you stay there. You just stay down there and think about what you've done. Yes. You know, sometimes you have to use a firm hand of discipline with your combiner robots. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm pretty much filling for time at this point. So there we go. We've got Slag, and we're gonna put him in here and get yeah, there we go. There he's in there. And so, and see, this is another thing that I'm talking about, because it's sort of pegged in there, but boy, there's a lot of leverage working against those joints. And so this is Volcanicus, and that is pretty much what original Power of the Primes Volcanicus looked like, which is why I got the upgrade kit, because let's face it, you compare this Volcanicus, who is bigger, to this Volcanicus, I mean, you know, this one just looks so much better. It is so worth the upgrade. It's fantastic. So, nonetheless, he's a big guy. He's big, and there's a lot of room to have fun with this, and there's a lot of cool parts, and I think that between this one and the Megazords version and the Abominus pieces, I think that I have the potential to have a very cool Monstructor when I'm done with this project. I don't know how long it's going to take to do that project. No idea. I don't have a schedule. I have other stuff that I should be working on, but that's kind of my fun thing that I do sometimes in the evenings while watching Castlevania. So there we go. The takeaway from this is that if you're going to order stuff from Aliexpress, you're rolling the dice. And that's really what you have to understand. It's not... You may end up waiting a long time to get your order. Your robots may have missing parts. Your robots may have the wrong parts. Sometimes the stuff that you get from Aliexpress is amazing and fast, and it's like, oh my gosh, it was so cheap and everything was great, but you don't know. You're rolling the dice, and I guess it's kind of a good thing in some ways, because it just means that there is a reason to still buy the actual original licensed stuff. Because you know, when you, at least in general, you know that if you buy the actual version, you're going to get, you know what you're going to get. And it's usually very high quality. It's usually, it's predictable. So yeah, I can't say that I highly recommend ordering stuff from Aliexpress, but if it's a project where you're not really concerned about how long you wait or what you're going to get, then it's a fun ride. But, you know, it's still good to buy the originals as intended. So, yeah. Brick Woad is here! Hey, Brick! It's good to see you! Brick says, dang computer took as long as to form Volcanicus to boot up the computer and get on the stream. You know, it might be time for an upgrade. I don't know. But nonetheless, toast to Brick Woad. That's the last of that one. So since we are pretty much getting to the end here, then I'm just gonna say that's it. I really hope that you enjoyed our live stream about the knockoff Power the Primes Dinobots and this whole series of Aliexpress stuff, which was never intended to be a series. I thought that I was going to get one big box of robots at the same time. That did not happen. But anyway, so if you like this video or you like these kinds of videos, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell. That way you know when we're doing surprise live streams in the middle of the week, or our short circuits videos that we've been doing throughout the week, or our scheduled live streams, which happen pretty much every Friday night at 8 o'clock Eastern United States time. So, the next video that we are getting, we are going to see this Wednesday, we are going to get to see the X-Ray gun kit upgrade to Warbatron. That is coming tomorrow. And then on Friday, we're talking about the Combaticons, part 1 of our retrospective series all about the Combaticons. You see what we did? We kind of took Warbatron because he's inspired by the Combaticons, and then we kind of revved up. That's what we're doing. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching. I appreciate everybody stopping by. You guys are the best. I'm out of my beverage, so I'm just going to give you all a big toast to Brick, Angry Viking, Mason Fur, Angry Vikings, Cheeky Boy, and Starhound. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate you coming by. I will see you again. And so, that being said, this is Clay telling you to keep it retro, bot. Yeah! Retrobot, and we're getting out of here in about an hour, I guess. That's not so bad. So yeah, talking about mystery boxes of robots and keeping it retro, and then talking about other robots and going off on tangents and talking about robots. Did I mention that we talk about robots? I guess it's implied in the name. We talk about other stuff too, but we do talk about a lot of robots. So, yeah.